Going, folks? We're live here in Honolulu, Waikiki, Hawaii. My name is Stephen Munson. I'll be your host today. I'm really excited to share with you inside a little bit of the Big Idea Mastermind and Vick Strizheus. So I'm going to go ahead and get Vick on the Hangout right now. We also have Paul Munson, my brother in San Diego.
What's up, guys?
He's with you guys all today. So 1 second, let me go and get this invite. Cool. So Vick's going to join us, and I know you guys are eager. We have over 600 people right now watching this with us today. Most of you, I know, are brand new, and you're curious what this is all about. What's everyone talking about? Big Idea Mastermind. Who is this guy, Vick? So we are really fortunate to have Vick with us tonight to be able to, really get an inside look on, who he is and how I got to where I'm at in business, how Paul got to where he's at, and how we're having phenomenal results. So Vick will be on in just a moment. Okay. So Paul, how's everything going over there for you, buddy?
Everything's going great over here, Steve. Having just a fantastic day. Just super excited. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome, Vick. How are you?
What's up, guys? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend.
Yeah, awesome. Good to see you, bros.
A quick view here. This is my balcony here, Vick, and it's a nice way to sit and enjoy the afternoons and evenings, and when you're in internet marketing, to be able to do a lot of things outdoors, which I got the opportunity to do here. And how's everything going with you?
Dude, that's an awesome view. We don't have that here in South Dakota.
It's nice. It's hard to match it and find it anywhere else. That's for sure.
Where at in Hawaii are you? Are you on Oahu?
I'm on Oahu. I'm right there is Diamond Head, so I'm right by the Diamond Head and right in Waikiki. But what I like about this particular building is it's to the other side of the building is all buildings. Big. It's Waikiki. It's the city, but right here is the nature. So you have kind of both sides. You have the island feel, but you also have that city there, and there's a lot of people right in this area, so it's a cool place to live for sure.
Nice. Yeah, man, can't wait to hang out with you in Hawaii here in like 2 weeks coming up.
Yeah, 2 weeks. It's gonna be super fun. You guys are, everyone is gonna be like. I went there 3 days ago to the Modern Hotel. I just went cruising through. And I got, saw the area because I had been there before to have dinner right by it. The place is awesome, and I saw the sunset there. I was just blown away. The sun was sparkling off every direction. There were a fireworks show going on, and I was just saying, hey, how cool will it be to have everyone here, where I live now, but a great place for everyone to visit as well. So.
Yeah, well, man, just wait till you see what's going on, going on Saturday and Sunday, dude. It's gonna blow you away.
Oh man, I am pumped up. I know Paul is as well. So Vick, we got a lot of people here. The last I looked at it, there was over 700 people, and I know a lot of you are brand new. You have no idea, and what exactly we're gonna cover or go over. And this is a big night for myself. I want to start with saying this. If I hadn't read the book Psycho-Cybernetics and listened to the audio book, not once, guys, not twice, but I'm in my third time, today I would have mistaken the entire day that I was like frantic, full of fear. Because all day I felt full of fear, this anxiety feeling that you get, which was excitement. Because I was excited to be here, to be able to, bring Vick out, connect with him for a lot of reasons. When I met Vick just in person. I had met Vick because most of us meet each other online. I was able to meet Vick in Miami, and right then we did a work. Basically, we were doing a formula to get to a certain income level. So we had to start out by describing where we were at. I had that humbling experience of looking down at my paper that I still have here from the James Hotel, and sitting there thinking, for the past year and a half, I was averaging $1,400 a month. And I know most of you are like, how did you live off that? Well, I barely did, like barely got by. Sometimes I was earning a little bit more, and I'd be like, you know, oh, I got a ClickBank check for $2,000, or I was, you know, get something here and there just to get to the next part of my life. And it wasn't always like that. I was accustomed to making good money. I was an entrepreneur when I was 19 years old. You know, I had worked online for 5 years. Well, when I was there in Miami, some things started clicking in my life, and I got to give a lot of credit to Vick. It does take my hard work, but he laid out, he's a leader, and he laid out some things for all of us. When I left there, okay, in this short amount of time, you know, right away, I remember making money in the airport on the way home. I made a video, I put it up. I got brave enough to do that. I showed about how I was with Vick, and I was with Dave Wood and Dave Sharp and about 80 other marketers, and people just wanted to be part of that because it made sense. And, you know, recently just earned over $14,000 last month. And I'm living here in a place that, you know, I would, you know, if you thought about where you want to dream of, I love to surf. The waves are right there. I work on the internet. So Vick, you know, thank you really for being a leader, for teaching us things, for showing us, because for me, one of the biggest things was to be part of something that was bigger than myself, that I had a way to help other people, and those other people were helping me. And this has been an awesome journey, and I know we're just getting started. And I wanted to ask you, you know, to start off with, every great leader, to do what you have done, would have to prepare at a different level than most of us think is preparation, like a whole nother level, you know, of conscious, like really serious preparation. You know, how did you prepare for what you did? I really don't know if you realize what you've done, because if you just looked at just a skeptical, like myself, and the ripple of who I've showed about this and helped them, that alone is a lot of people from all over the world, much less the other thousands of people just like myself that you've done this with, and we're all very gracious and thankful. So on behalf of all of them, I'll turn it over to you and let us know, you know, how you got to this point.
Yeah, man, I remember you talking about Miami. What did you put for your goal? I mean, did you say, if I remember correctly, you said your like ultimate goal was like 600,000 a month is what you wanted to create in the business?
650,000 a month.
650,000 a month, and so you went from 1,400 or whatever you said that number was to about 14,000 or so last month.
Yeah, and it's hard because I think a lot of times you could sit down and start writing where you're at, and I would do it because money would come in different directions, but to really look and say it's only $1,400, how am I even living off this? And, you know, last month, and this month I'm going to do better than that, to $14,000. And it's not like a fluke one-time thing. It's very consistent money that's coming in on a regular basis.
Yeah, yeah. So the thing, Stephen, when I'm looking at you, man, and what you're doing, and remember in Miami, we kind of broke down the formula, or kind of, you know, take your goal, right? And I told you, take your goal and break it down to like monthly and even daily numbers, so you know exactly what you need to make, you know, per day to hit your monthly goal. And the thing is, you know, a lot of people are watching this, and you know, we have some new people. I'm pretty sure we have probably a bunch of new people. I don't know how many people, like almost 800 people on the line right now.
Yeah, 800 now.
Yeah, and a lot of people are looking at this, and they're like, well, you know, a lot of people want to make money, but my question is for everybody, is that, you know, how much more is more, you know, and I think being very, very specific is critical. It's critically important. I'm going to take a step further, and I'm going to say that I'm going to suggest that, you know, you guys watching this, listen, for me, Stephen, when it got started is when I got started in this industry. I don't know if I didn't share this with a lot of people, but one of my mentors, the guy who was earning a lot of money at the time, about $200,000 a month, and what he told me was, he's like, Vic, write down on a paper, right? Take a piece of paper, blank piece of paper, go sit down someplace quiet, really take the time and write out exactly what you want your life to look like if money were no longer an issue for you. Like if you could just not worry about money at all, okay? Just imagine that you have all the money in the world you ever wanted, ever needed. What kind of lifestyle would you have? And see, I didn't think about that. I knew I wanted to be successful. My thing was like, I wanted to make $20,000 per month. That was my dream, income level that I wanted to get to. Because I'm coming from, I'm nobody special, Steven. I say this over and over and over again. People look at me and, and they think that Vic is somebody special and, he did. Yeah, we did. I think what we're doing with Big Idea Mastermind, I think it's going to impact thousands and tens of thousands of people's lives. And that's awesome, but it's something that it's my passion. I love this kind of stuff, right? I love it. But when I got started, I started out just like most people. We all start out from the same place. We all start out from from zero, right? And so my thing was, I wanted to earn initially. I'm like, well, if I can just earn $5,000 per month, that would be awesome. But my ultimate dream lifestyle would be like, if I would make $20,000 per month, if I can figure out how to do that consistently over and over again. At that time, it felt to me like all my problems would be solved. And I think a lot of people understand that a lot of our problems are problems due to our lack of financial success, right? So if we can solve that financial success, we can eliminate a lot of problems in our lives. And a lot of people are having marriage problems and and just family issues and just overall frustrations and just not being who they are really truly is because of their financial pressures. Bills are coming in and you don't know how to pay your bills, and creditors are calling you and this and that, and I've been there. I've been there. By the time I was by the time I got married. I got married when I was 20, by the way. I had credit cards that I could not pay. I took out a credit card. I remember trying to start some kind of business opportunities, and I maxed out the credit card and I never paid it off. So creditors are calling me and my credit was shot. I think my credit score was like less than 500 at the time. It was crazy. It was crazy. So, but the thing I want everybody to understand, guys, is this. I was able to go from being in that situation, right, and turning everything around in my life. And I did that with internet marketing. I did that through online marketing, through online business. So I want you guys to understand that what you have your hands on is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And moving from that. To having and just creating a lifestyle that I truly, it's amazing to think what can happen. I've never earned, the kind of money that I'm earning, but it's not about the money. It's about the lifestyle. It's about the impact that we can make in the industry. So back to what I was saying, my mentor said, Vic, write down everything you want in your life. Okay, and keep in mind, at that time I'm broke. I'm like, driving my Honda Accord, and I'm like, I'm looking at the mansions, and kind of driving in the richest neighborhoods in my city, and just, man, it would be so awesome to have, a house like that or a car like that. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the guys wearing Rolexes and just, wearing nice clothes and stuff like that. I'm like, man, what do those people do? I want to do that. And see, my thinking was, that hey, you needed to be somebody special. You needed to have some kind of college education, and you needed to be, this miracle worker to be able to live in those mansions, right? So I remember myself constantly just for the heck of it, just kind of going to the richest neighborhoods in my city and just kind of driving and being around those places, and so my mentor said, to write down everything you want, right? And initially, this is when I started to dabble into internet marketing, and I thought the idea was kind of cute. Write down what you want, everything that if money was not an issue, what kind of lifestyle would you want? And I'm like, man, it sounds cool, it sounds good, kind of cute, but I need to learn marketing, right? I need to get traffic to my website. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to work. I need to try to make some money, right? So I don't have the time for that stuff. I don't have the time to to sit down and write out my ideal lifestyle, right? I mean, why do I need to write it down? I have it in my head. I kind of I know what I want, but see, it was in my head right here. I never took the time to crystallize it. I never took the time to write it down on paper. So if you guys are taking notes, I want you guys to consider this, okay? Imagine if the money was no longer an issue for you, okay? What kind of lifestyle would you have? Seriously, what would you like to have in your life, okay? The reason I'm telling you this is because, initially I didn't act on the idea in the beginning. I didn't act on it immediately, right? But then I thought, well, what the heck? What do I have to lose, right? So I actually did the exercise, and he said, write it down and just kind of go through that. Just kind of go through that, reference it, right? As often as you can, we talk about goal cards, and that's important. But what he suggested me was, take a step further and just literally write out everything you wanted to have, material things. How would you like, where would you like to travel? Who do you want to hang out with? People you want to surround yourself with. And just if you could have anything, what would that be? See, most people don't have that. And most people think, well, I don't need to do that because it's in my head. But if you actually take the time to write it out on paper, guys, something magical happens. Something happens that you can't explain, right? And when I did that, Steven, it's funny, man. Looking back, brother, every single thing that I had written down, I was looking at the guys driving the BMW 750s. That was like my dream car, Mercedes, and brand new stuff, and I'm like, man, that's like it's awesome. But deep down in my subconscious mind, like my heart of hearts, at that time, I felt like there was a part of me. Well, I wanted it consciously, but there was a part of me that I did not even realize that was like, well, it's for somebody else. You gotta be somebody special to have that stuff, And so, but when I wrote it out, right, and I wrote it out in the present tense, right. I am driving this car. I'm living in this neighborhood. I'm having this, and my lifestyle is like this from morning to. And I literally wrote out my ideal day. If you could create your day any way you want, what would that be like, right? Steven, every single thing that I wrote down, every single thing, okay, has manifested. Now, how did that happen? I can't explain it, right? I can't explain it. But what I see over and over and over again is people who have just tremendous levels of success. People who are having things in their life and creating a lifestyle that most people just kind of it's just unimaginable to some people, right? Almost every single one of them that I personally spoke with, and that when we talk about this kind of stuff, it's the same process that those people, they know exactly what they want, and it's written down on paper. So I guess that's the I think that's the most important thing, right? That's the most important thing. Something else I want to make sure that kind of wanted to share with you guys, because I mean, Steven, I don't know where you want to take this thing, but I guess I can talk about the things that made the biggest difference and biggest impact for me personally in my business. And I think when you guys are watching this, whether you're brand new, whether you're currently in some kind of network marketing company or doing something online, or maybe you're with Big Idea Mastermind, or you were at Empower Network, or however you got you got this link and somehow you ended up here. I want to share some things that will hopefully help you, in your business, because it certainly helped me in my business. And that is this: don't ever quit on your dream. Okay, don't ever quit on your dream, guys. When I got started in this industry, many of you guys know my story. Steven, you just disappeared, man. Am I still on?
Yeah, you're still good right here and everything.
Good to go.
I got my
okay, cool.
my book right here.
Yeah.
Remember
Awesome.
you shared that book in your video. Well, I have this book, so I've actually went and got this after I saw that because it's easier to write stuff down in these big books like you had an example of. So yeah,
Yeah.
everything's looking good, sounding good.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. 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 Yeah. You just disappeared for a second there, so I didn't know if I got disconnected or what. People. I mean, we all start out in this industry. We start out with a dream, right? I mean, we're all here because we want something better. Yeah, and that's natural. That's cool, right? Uh, but what from Stephen, I mean, I have, I was fortunate enough and had a privilege to work with a lot of people by now, and what I see over and over again, and starting with myself, and just from working with a lot of people, is that people that are succeeding, they never quit on their dream. Okay, so I'll give you an example. When I got started, man, I ran into obstacles that would just, I mean, most people would not even, imagine. I mean, I had to borrow $30,000 to get started. Invested $20,000, was brand new. I quit my job. Right, I quit my job as soon as I got started in this industry because I burned my bridges. I got so excited. I'm like, man, this thing's gonna work. I'm gonna make it happen. There is no failure is not an option. That was my deal. And so I retired my wife, quit my job, and I have this $30,000 to play with. I'm like, heck, that's plenty of money to start my online marketing business. I'm gonna get rich, because that guy can do it. That guy can do it, and why can't I do it? But my goal was to make $20,000 a month, and man, the $20,000, I invested 20,000 of it, somewhere between 60 and 90 days into it, just because I did not know what I was doing. $20,000 was gone, and I made exactly zero money, and so it came to a point where it was like, what do we do? I have this dream, this lifestyle. I wanted to provide the best for my family. I wanted to travel. I wanted to have the best, right? I wanted to live. I like luxuries, Steven. I don't know about you, man, but I like luxury stuff. It's just me, man. I like to drive nice cars. I like to live in the nice houses, and I like to, wear nice clothes and stuff like that. So that's just me. You guys might be different, but that was my dream, man. I'm like, I'm the man. Right, so I need to provide the best for my family. I need to, and my thing was I did not want my wife to work. I told her from the beginning, I'm like, baby, you're gonna stay home if you want. You can do whatever you want, but I would prefer, you not working. If we have kids, you raise our kids. I did not want somebody else to raise our kids.
Yeah.
And so I felt like there was a responsibility on me as a man of the house, right, to deliver, right. And so it was tremendous pressure, man. So I was in between, like, my dream and reality, right? So the dream was, hey, I want this lifestyle. I want to deliver on my, on my intentions. And the reality was, hey, $20,000 wasted, made exactly zero. Not even one sign up. Not even one sign up. And it was tough, man. And you need to pay the loan off. You have bills coming in. You have, creditors calling you. And zero money coming in. I don't know if you guys can imagine that, but it was. But you know what? I would never. It was horrible at the time, right, Stephen? But I would never. I would never exchange it for anything else because that was a learning experience for me. And so when I see some people are, starting their business and, and they invest a little bit of money into marketing or whatever, and, and they get a little bit of result or maybe not, no result or whatever the thing is, they get discouraged. They say, well, the heck with this, and they jump on something else. And so there's a cycle of doom that's happening. People are jumping from one thing to the next thing, never sticking to one thing long enough to make it work. Okay. But my challenge to you guys watching this is that, hey, if you see somebody succeeding in an opportunity that you're a part of or doing what you want to do, right? If you see somebody having massive amounts of success, why can't you do that, right? So if Stephen, if you're making $14,000 a month, right? We got people who are making like Polo. I don't know, you had him on just the other day, yeah. The guy is making this. I don't know how much he's making, but it's a lot. It's more than. It's more than most people make in a year. The dude that makes that kind of money per month. I mean, it's ridiculous, right? If somebody can do that, right, then it means that anybody can learn the skills that they need to learn, and if they stick with it long enough, right, people can achieve the levels of success that they want, right? But what happens is if you quit on your dream, a lot of people quit on their dreams because they have plan B, right? And I'm big about this plan B thing, because I think, you know, if you have something that you can rely on, something that you can fall back, you know, if your plan A doesn't work, right? You're gonna use that option. You know, whether you want it or not, you're gonna use that option, because you will come to the point to where you're gonna run into struggle, you're gonna run into an objection, you're gonna run into an obstacle, into a wall, right? And you will say, well, I have this plan B, and I'm just gonna fall back on that plan B. Whether it might be your job, it might be, you know, another opportunity that you're looking into, right? Maybe there's something else that's launched, and then you're kind of waiting for, you know, to see results from this thing. But you're saying to yourself subconsciously, well, if I don't get results here, I'm just going to jump on that next thing, right?
Yeah.
And so you're sabotaging your success. Now, I'm not telling everybody to go quit their jobs like I did, right? But what I'm saying is treat this thing, whatever you're doing, right? Whatever you're doing, guys, treat this thing as if there was no plan B, as if your life depended on it. That's what I did. That's what I did. And you know what I did, Steven? I would stay up until 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning, brother. I would not sleep. I would not, you know, I would skip lunches. I would skip dinners. Because I needed to learn the game, right? I needed to learn the game. And I'm going to tell you guys on this Hangout here, I'm going to tell you the four-step formula to freedom, okay? The four-step formula to freedom. I'm going to condense it for you to where, you know, and just kind of make it as simple as possible for everybody to understand. Okay, how do you break free, okay, in this industry, and how do you just literally create any amount of success you want, really? Okay, it really comes down to 4 things. I'm gonna cover them in just a moment here. Okay, but first thing is, you know, just from my experience and working with a lot of people, is that, guys, don't ever quit on your dream. You know, I remember when I started to have, you know, little successes in my business. Man, that, you know, I find it fascinating, Steven, that some people they would have, you know, they would start to promote their business or whatever they're doing, right? They will have a little bit of success. You know, maybe they're getting some opt-ins, maybe they're getting some activity going, maybe they're getting some visitors to their site, but they're not seeing the kind of sales or the kind of, you know, commissions or what they wanted as far as the compensation side of things, right? And they get discouraged right away. Okay, they get discouraged. When I was getting started, I was building on small successes. Small successes, you know, got 20 opt-ins. Celebrate that. Okay, you get 50 opt-ins. Celebrate that. If you focus on small successes, guys, focus on small successes. Those small successes will lead you to bigger and bigger and bigger successes. Okay, you don't make, you know, $1 million overnight. You don't make $100,000 overnight. You don't become, you know, successful overnight. Okay, people are looking at Vick and they're like, "Well, you know, Vick, you know, you're #1 income earner with Empower Network, and you know, you're having that and that. I mean, it's, you know, it's easy for you, right?" What they don't see is what I had to go through for the last 8 years to get to where I'm at today, right? Now, now that I'm at the level where I'm at, right, Steven? Now I can, you know, I can teach others how to do what I did, eliminating all those pitfalls that I had to learn the hard way. Make sense? And so my mission right now in my business and in my life really is, you know, how many people can I explain this? How many people can I take to the top with me? And how many success stories can we create? Now, will everybody listen? No. You know, for some strange reason, people think that, you know, some stuff are not important. They're kind of picking and choosing. Okay. If I had to start over, here's what I would focus on. And thing number 1 is have a dream that's big, that's compelling. Okay, create yourself a vision that's just vivid. Write out everything you want in life. Write out how would your day look like if you could design it any way you want it. Okay, I'm talking about from what time you wake up. Okay, where do you have lunch or breakfast? What kind of breakfast do you have, right? With whom you're gonna have that? Where are you gonna have that? Where are you hanging out with? Who are your friends, right? What do you have a home office? Do you have an outside office? What do you do at your job, at your in your business? What's your main role? Okay, what are your strong points? What are your weaknesses? What can you what type of work do you do yourself? What type of work are you going to delegate to others? Write that stuff down. Okay, literally take the time to write out your life. Okay, your ideal day, because your life consists of years, right? Years consist of months. Months consist of weeks, and weeks consist of days, right? So if you could create a perfect day, okay, what would that be like? Seriously, take this exercise and do it, okay? And do it. You'll find it amazing, and just be as elaborate. Just let your mind, go crazy. Be like that little kid. If you can have anything you want, what would it be like? What would it be like? Okay, so that's thing number one, guys. Second thing is what I have discovered for myself is that this is another distinction that just it took my income and it took my business to the next level very, very quickly, and it helped me not only in business but in my life in general. And that is this: what you believe in will become your reality. Okay, what you believe in will become your reality. People that believe that success is hard, you have to work hard for it, it's exactly what they get. People who believe that making money online is easy, it's simple, that's exactly what they will experience. If you believe that you're gonna struggle, right, you're gonna struggle. So what I found for myself is that when I believed that I had to grind and I had to work hard, right? That's exactly what I got. I was working hard. I was doing. But then I met a guy, and he was working about 2 hours a day, literally about 2 hours a day working on his business. But what he was doing is he was compressing time frames. He was doing the work that that you could say you could spread it out throughout the entire day. He would compress his time frames, and what he was doing is literally on his in his schedule, he would script out his day, and he would it's like when you're running, Steve. I don't know if you into running or anything, but like I go running, I go jogging, and so if you just jog like on the street, right? You jog for like if you want to run for 3 miles. When you get a little bit tired or whatever, you kind of slow down a little bit, but if you're on a treadmill, right? If you're on a treadmill, you can't really slow down, right? You program the treadmill at a certain speed or whatever, and it keeps you going. You're going at the same speed, and even if when you want to slow down, right? The other day I was in gym, and it's like if you're gonna run for 3 miles, that first mile and a half or so, right? It's all right, right? But then you get to about mile and a half, about halfway through it, about 60% into it, and you get to the point where you can't, you feel like you can't do it anymore, right? For about 2 or 3 minutes, right? But because you're on a treadmill, because it keeps you going, you can't really slow down. You get past through that real quick, and then it's like, all of a sudden you feel great again, and you can go for another 3 miles. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so you get like your whole body, like everything changes once you break through that moment of like, hey, I'm toast. And if you are out here, if you just go running, it's so like when I did it CrossFit right out here, I realized how bad a shape I was in because they would do it for an hour. And they're going and they're jogging in the deep sand, and I do 10 minutes. I'm like, all right, I'm done. 10 minutes, I'm toast. And then like 15, 20 minutes, and you're still like, okay, this has gone too far. Then the next like 30 minutes, it was like, this is so fun and simple, and like your body, you start feeling good. Everything changes. So yeah, that's the best feeling.
Yeah. So what if you can do that in business, right? I mean, right. You can. When I look at that, right? And so when this guy, he's like, man, I just compress my time frames. I'm like, really? How do you do that? Well, he's like, here's how I do that. So he showed me his schedule, and he would script out his day. Okay, so from 8 a.m. to 8:30, I'm doing this. From 8:35 to 9 o'clock, I'm doing that. And he would literally script out his day, and he's like, Vic, it's just like, it's like a treadmill. You know, you can't. You just stick to your scripted times, and he would literally work like 2 hours a day, just doing the important stuff, right? Just doing the important stuff that, you know, income producing activity in his business. And the rest of the day is like, he's like, I can do whatever I want, right? And so that was a big breakthrough for me as well. When I discovered that, I'm like, well, you can actually compress your time frames and get laser focused for 2 hours a day, focus on the income producing activities, and the rest, you're done. 2 hours a day, and you're done. If you want to do it in an hour, you're done. You just focus on the income producing activities in your business, right? So that was another big breakthrough for me as well, right? So then I started to believe that, I got this belief that, hey, I can make money easily. I can make money easily. So as soon as I started to have small successes, what I was doing is I would document my small successes. Whether it's, I got 50 opt-ins in 2 hours or 100 opt-ins in a day or whatever. I would just videotape that, and I would just blast it out to my list. I was promoting an opportunity at the time, and I was just, hey guys, I just got, I would flip out, whip out my video camera, and I would document. I'd just do like a 2-minute video of my proof, right, of my little successes. See, I wasn't making a lot of money at the time. I think I was, just starting to break through and just kind of started to get a few sign-ups here and there. But what I was focusing on is the things that were working for me. Like I was getting opt-ins. Okay, so a lot of you guys are watching this, and you're waiting for your big giant success before you can be, before you can feel successful. Okay. If you have those small little successes, right, build on that, because that's gonna build you. That's gonna build you and prepare you for the bigger and bigger and bigger things, right? So I would document. Hey guys, I just got 50 opt-ins, in like 3 hours or 4 hours or a day, right? And I would shoot that video. I would send it out to my list, and I would say, hey, come on to this conference call this Friday or at a certain day. I'm gonna show you how I did it. Right, and so my list, not a lot of people in the beginning. I would get 10 people, 15 people to show up, right, on that little teleconference, and I would just go to like freeconferencecall.com and and got myself a free teleconference line. Nothing fancy like you have right now, Google Hangout, Steven. Right?
Yeah.
I mean, technology these days, man, it's amazing what we can do.
It's totally different.
Yeah.
Funny doing a webinar or anything to that nature with a really small amount of people, for me, was always really uncomfortable, because when there's a lot of people, there's like some movement, there's a motion of energy, but sometimes if it's really small, it was like 20 people and you're trying to build to do something. Like right now, I mean, we have almost 1,000 people all over the world. When I started attending Vick's webinar, just so you know, I've been taught by someone who I was blown away. They could get 500 people to a webinar. When Vick was doing webinars, it's like if you weren't there an hour early, because it's only 1,000 people, you weren't able to get on. And so, it's cool how everything's changed and how, what we have right from now on for people to be able to do business too. I mean, it's totally revolutionary when you apply these types of mindsets and understandings of how to be successful with what we have today. It makes it easier for everybody.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I wasn't doing any webinars when I was getting started, but I was doing teleconferences, and yeah, like you're saying, sometimes having those 15 or 10 people on the line, when you check how many people in attendance you have, and it's like 10 people listening to you, it can get a little bit discouraging. But you know what? I did not pay attention to that stuff, and I did not intentionally. I did not even pay. I did not even check. One time I remember I was doing a teleconference call, and I had like 3 people on there, 3 people. But you know what, Steven, I did my best. I gave my best, and I did the teleconference call as if there were 1,000 people on the teleconference call. Your level. Here's the thing. Whatever is going on in your mind when you guys are marketing, when you guys are talking to people, when you guys are prospecting, or when you guys are writing your emails, when you guys invite your people to your stuff, whatever is going on in your mind, guys, is exactly what gets transferred to the other person, okay, to your prospects, through your written word, through your emails, right, through your videos. So it's very important you guys understand that. And I would get those people on the teleconference, right, and I would just just teach them what I did. I mean, simple as that, folks. You don't need to have major success before you can start doing this. Steven, what I love about what you're doing here, bro, is you're doing these Google Hangouts all the time, and it's awesome, man. You're stepping up, and that's how you get to that's how you go from $14,000 a month to $35,000 a month to $65,000 a month to $120,000, and then eventually to $600,000 a month.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how you do it. Is you build on those small successes, and it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And so that's what I did, right? That's what I did. A lot of people think that they need to have some kind of something massive, something big. They're getting ready to get ready, and that's not how you do it, man. So. And so I would do these teleconferences, and I would just teach people what I did to get those 50 subscribers. Remember, no sales, just subscribers, right? But what started to happen was, because I was doing things that other people would not do, right? That automatically positioned me, with my following, with my list, just a little bit higher from the other marketers that's out there. Okay, because folks, the thing is, people that are on your list, right? They are on other people's list as well. It's just the name of it. I mean, it's just how it is, right? So what can you do as a marketer to position yourself just a little bit above that other guy? Okay, in a cool way. Okay, don't be like, well, I'm cooler than you. No, but what can you do in the marketplace that's going to position you just a little bit higher than the other guy? Okay, if you can do that. And you don't need to talk about money. You don't need to talk about how much money you're making or not making. Okay, just talk about those small successes. You got 20 opt-ins. Teach people how you did that. Okay, talk to them. Just get out there, whether it's 15-minute call or 30-minute call or an hour. Just kind of talk to them. Talk to them, people. All right, that's what I did. And so then sales started to come in, and I would do the same thing with with Money Proof. And but my belief level increased because all of a sudden I started to when I would broadcast these emails, I would say, hey, I just got 50 opt-ins, 100 opt-ins, or whatever, and that was my income producing activity, right? I would advertise, and I would just show my proof of my advertising results to my list, and that's it. Okay, and once a week I would do a teleconference call. People started to join. People started to join my business, and then more people have started to come in on my calls. And then I had about 100 people and 200 people on the calls, and then it kind of went viral because people started to share that information because I was doing it for free, right? Then somebody suggested, hey, why don't you charge for this information? And I'm like, well, that's a good idea, right? So we started charging $67 a month to teach people what I was already doing and what I was learning. And as I was learning, I was sharing my ideas. I was sharing what I was learning. Okay, another golden nugget here for you guys. What you're learning, as you're learning it, right, as you're implementing that in your business, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with others. Okay, share it with, do a YouTube video. Create a YouTube channel if that's your thing. If you're not into videos, do a teleconference. Send out an email. Share it with others. Share your knowledge. When you do that, folks, just crazy stuff are going to happen in your business. I mean, you will be surprised at what's going to happen in your business when you do this. I mean, simple stuff. You don't have to, you don't have to be anybody, this somebody guru or anything like that, right? But and then another kind of big breakthrough for me was when I realized that, hey, the harder I try, right? The harder I tried, the less results I was getting. In other words, if you take this business too seriously, okay, if you how do I? Trying to think of a good metaphor to put it through. If you think that you need to do things just a certain way or otherwise it's not going to work out, you know what I mean? If you put too much pressure on yourself as a marketer, like when you're doing your videos or maybe you're writing your emails, if you're putting too much pressure on yourself as a marketer, right? If you think you need to deliver on this, here's the thing, Steven, right? Like we have friends, right? You got friends. I mean, I got friends, just buddies, right? And when you talk to your buddy, you're just being yourself, right? You're like, man, dude, here's what I do and here's what I did and how I mean, you
Those
just
are
being,
always fun conversations.
yeah, just like a fun conversation. I mean, just you just being yourself.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when we get on the webinar or a teleconference or in front of a camera, right? All of a sudden we just turn into this camera person, or all of a sudden we just become somebody who we're not, right?
Yeah.
We think that we need to be somebody who we're not naturally are, right?
Yeah.
And I discovered that, hey, the harder I try to be somebody that I'm not, right, my results were, it was hard for me to get good results in my business.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what a big breakthrough for me was, hey, relax and have fun. Okay, just relax and have fun, man, because people, they don't know. They don't know what you want to talk about. They don't know if you say something and you didn't mean to say it, right? They don't know that. So you just be yourself and hold yourself. Just have fun doing what you're doing, but genuinely care about people. Genuinely care about how can you help somebody based on what was beneficial to you. Does that make sense? So when I kind of discovered that and started to not care, and I don't say like don't care at all. I mean care, but just have fun. Don't take this stuff too seriously. This business stuff. People started to, I started to attract more people. And all of a sudden my business became fun. It became like a game. It became like, okay, just have fun. Just take it easy. Just hang out. I mean, that's why I love how Google called this thing. Just Google Hangout. Just hang out.
Yeah.
But those were kind of like big breakthroughs for me in business. And and when it comes to like creating freedom in your life, I think as marketers, I want to share this 4-step formula, I guess, or 4-step system to or 4 things, right? That I think if people just take that stuff and just literally focus on that stuff and implement that stuff in their business and focus, how can I do these 4 things on a daily basis? I believe anybody can build $1 million business. Okay, and first thing is,
Did you call this the? Sorry to interrupt. It's the 4-step to financial freedom. Or wait.
Yeah, well, let's put it this way. I mean, it's
formula to freedom. You said
it's 4 step. Yeah, it's I just call it the 4-step formula to freedom. Okay, as internet marketers, we want to make money. Yeah, we want to have more time freedom. We want to have better lifestyle. And I'm just going to talk about this from a perspective of being an internet marketer. Okay, so as internet marketers, I believe that there is 4 things that if we just focus on those 4 things, we will, anybody can build $1 million business. Okay, and the first thing is it's going to start with you. Okay, so the first thing I think is you have to manage yourself. Okay, that's before you talk about making money. That's before you talk about traffic generation. Is you gotta get yourself right. You gotta get yourself together. You gotta be the person inside that you want to become on the outside, right? You gotta be the person on the inside first. So it's managing yourself and it's managing your beliefs. It's managing your mindset, and it's managing your self-talk. I think I believe that it's the most important thing in business. Okay, because when I look at somebody who is making a lot of money and just having tremendous amounts of success, and somebody who is doing the same thing but they're struggling, a lot of times it comes down to thing number 1, which is you. I mean, if you're struggling in your business, when I was struggling in my business, Steven, it wasn't because the company wasn't working, because later on I started to have success in that same company, right? But the problem wasn't that the company wasn't working. The problem was with myself. Yeah, the problem was with me. And so what do I mean by managing and kind of looking at your beliefs? Ask yourself this, okay? Ask yourself, deep down, do you believe that you deserve to have big, just ridiculous levels of success? Or do you believe that you only can have so much and nothing more, right? Do you believe in abundance? You know what I mean? Do you believe that, it's possible and you actually deserve to have as much money, as much success, as great of a lifestyle as you want? Or do you believe that, you should just only have this much? Okay? What I just spoke with some people the other day, Stephen, and I was talking to this guy, and he was telling me how he was struggling and how how everything he's tried, he's failed in, and how he would like to be successful. So we started talking about, and I asked him a question. I'm like, man, do you believe that you deserve to earn $100,000 a month? And he looked at me. He's like, I never actually thought about that.
Yeah.
And if what he was telling me was that, from what I heard him saying, right, what he was telling me without really saying it was that he wanted to be successful, but he did not believe that, and he did not agree that having tremendous amounts of success is something that he actually needs. He's like, well, I should be happy with what I've got. I should be happy if I just have enough money to pay my bills. I should be happy with that. And having extra is not really, you shouldn't have a lot of extras. Okay?
Unfortunately, like part of Vic are human conditions, and because I get a chance to connect with a lot of people and try to get it on an intimate level, because I know some people are like, hey, I need this particular help, and a lot of times I'm like, I know it's not mechanics, because I didn't just come to Vic and say, hey, Vic, go ahead and show me exactly with the one place to buy traffic, and I'm gonna go do that. We never had this kind of conversation, guys. So the thing is, there's no conversation like that that's gonna make me successful or anyone successful, but a lot of it's self-worth and deservability. And I noticed that a lot of people don't have the self-worth and deservability, but we are all worth so much more than we really know, and we're able to accomplish so much more than we really do, and you deserve it. And if you're here today, you don't have to want to be in Hawaii, but I'm here because I felt like this was the place for my life and where I wanted to spend my time and how I wanted to live, and I knew I deserved it. And it takes that. So I encourage everyone to know that you're worth more than you are, and or than maybe you feel, and you deserve everything that I have and Vic has, and all the because to me, I want to feel confident that I deserve to have things that I see that Vic's accomplished, and I do, and I strive to that, and then buckle down and listen to what people like Vic and great leaders teach us.
Yeah. So, and and the thing with your whether you deserve this or not, I mean, it's just, guys, think about it. I mean, look at the insects. I mean, it just look at the bees, right? Just look at the insect that's just crawling around. I mean, they don't. Look at the squirrels. Do you think that the squirrel is just gonna say, well, I'm gonna get X amount of nuts, and then I don't need any more? I mean, it's gonna get as much as it can, So the thing is this: there is, if you don't believe that there is an abundance out there, right? If deep down you believe that there is lack, right? You'll be struggling, man. You'll be struggling, and so. Working on your belief, and it's like, how do you change that? I mean, if we get conditioned, I mean, I know when I was going to to school, and my parents, and you live in you got like I got raised in an environment where there was we had just about enough to to survive. We had just about enough per on a monthly basis. We were not poor, but we were like lower middle class. So just enough to get by, and we never had any extra money or whatever. So I was raised in an environment, and we get conditioned. We're human creatures, and we get conditioned, man. Whether it's for good or for bad, we get conditioned. And so one of the things that I was able to to break through that belief and just kind of shatter that belief is just is associating with people who have who have success levels that are just ridiculous, and it's just your association, the books you read, the people that you listen to, listening to daily audios is important for me, right? You condition yourself the other way, right? So if you got conditioned, if you like, for myself, until I was like 17 or so, I was conditioned from ever since I can remember, that you go to a job, you work your 40 hours or whatever, you come home, you get your paycheck on Friday, and that's pretty much your life, right? That's how life's supposed to be, right? And even though I never agreed with that, I was always telling my parents, I'm gonna do something for my own, I'm gonna work for myself, I'm gonna have some kind of thing going on. But then I started to listen to guys like Tony Robbins and Bob Proctor and Jack Canfield and just personal development material, and I realized that, hey, it's not, you get what you believe, right? So if you believe that you need to just have enough, that's exactly what you're going to have. But if you can change, if you can shatter that belief, and if you can replace it with the belief that, hey, there is abundance for everybody, the universe is abundant, okay, there is plenty to go around. And there is plenty for everybody. Okay, it doesn't mean that if you have more, then somebody else is going to have less. Okay, this universe is abundant. Okay, if you get that belief, all of a sudden, guys, like magic. You start to. Your income goes up, your lifestyle becomes better. All of a sudden it just becomes easier for you to make money. It's crazy. Okay, so second thing you need to master is your mindset. Okay. Your mindset, people that you associate with, people that you hang out with, your self-talk. In the morning when you wake up, what's the first thing you say to yourself? Are you excited about the day? Are you excited about what's coming up? Or are you kind of dreading it? Are you pushing yourself? Well, I don't want to. It's like, what I'm talking about, Steven? We all have those days, yeah? But it's what's gonna make a difference as an entrepreneur. See, you want to be at the peak state as much as possible. You want to be at the peak emotional state as much as possible, and you want to be you want to develop yourself to the point to where you believe deep down in your heart of hearts, that you believe without a shadow of a doubt that you can accomplish anything you set your mind to. That's kind of what that did for me is it gave me the belief that, hey, I can succeed in anything that I do, okay? In anything that I do. And so how do you get that? Is you get that by listening and reading, okay? That's why, Steven, I'm so big on this kind of stuff. More than just learning how to get the more traffic to your website. It's more improving your mindset is more than any marketing strategy, than what's going on in the industry as far as the conversions and how can I get more people, how can I sell more stuff. That stuff is important, but it's like 20%, okay? 80% is what's going on in your mind right over here, okay? What's going on between your two ears. And so if you can get to the point where you just believe and that, hey, you can do anything you want. You can achieve and you can succeed with anything you touch. Steven, right now my belief is, there is not one thing out there that if I wanted to get, or if I wanted to accomplish, or if I wanted to achieve, that I cannot.
Yeah.
Okay? Right now I believe and I know that I can accomplish anything I put my mind to. Anything. Okay? Anything. But the question is, how many people are going to take the time to get to that level? Okay? And then it becomes easy. See, once you have that belief, right? Once you establish, and once something clicks on the inside, and all of a sudden you have that confidence and you have that belief in yourself, then when you talk to people, when you do your stuff, or when you just, when you market, when you decide to do whatever, okay, all of a sudden you don't have to worry about whether it's going to work or not. You just know it's going to work. Okay, you know it's going to work. Some people, we all know. There's a saying goes, and people say about some people that, anything he or she touches turns to gold, right? How is that? Well, it's because those people took the time to develop themselves first, to develop their mind, right, to the level to where they know that anything they touch is going to turn to gold, right? Some people, anything they touch turns to crap, right? Yeah. Anything they touch, it just falls apart. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So what's the difference? Is guy A better than guy B? Heck no. Okay, guys, we're all the same. Okay, people, humans are all the same. Steven, you're in Hawaii. I'm in the central United States. We got people probably from all over the world on this hangout here. We got people from Africa, people who from Asia, people just all over the place. But guys, you strip down the cultural layers, right? You strip down our human, our beliefs and these layers that we put on ourselves, right? Essentially, we're all the same. Okay, folks, we all have the same potential. We have the same potential. Okay, there is no difference between you, me, Steven, right? There is no difference between Dave Wood and President Obama, Barack Obama. There is no difference between us. We're all humans, right? The difference is, what are you going to do about your potential? Okay, are you going to develop it? It's like that muscle, yeah? If you work it out, it's going to grow. And if you put your hand in a sling and you just kind of carry it like that, it's gonna wither. I mean, it's just gonna be skinny and it's not gonna be useful, right? I mean, same thing with your potential. You guys, you gotta develop your potential before you start. I mean, as you do in your marketing or as you're running your business, okay, you focus, you work on yourself harder. Jim Rohn said this, and I love this quote, and I pretty much I live by it. He says, work harder on yourself than you do at your job or your business. Yeah, if you work hard on yourself, or he said, if you work hard at your job or your business, you're gonna make a living. But if you work hard on yourself, you're gonna make a fortune. Yeah. And so we all heard that. A lot of people heard that, but they're like, well, man, I gotta make money, I gotta eat, right? So we work harder on our business than we work on ourselves, right? But it's what 98% of people are doing, and that's why 98% of people are failing, is because they're trying to work harder on their business and their job. Am I saying not to work on your business? Heck no, you work on your business, but you work harder on yourself. Okay, you put more time. Like every morning, Steven, every morning when I wake up, right, I got my little iPod right here, and I listen to a daily audio. I listen to Inner Circle with Empower Network. Ever since I got started with Empower Network about almost 5 months now, almost 5 months ago. In about 4 days is going to be 5 months when I got started with Empower. I discovered those Inner Circle audios. Man, I listen to this stuff every single day, and I do what I preach. Right? Before that, what I was listening to and still listen to, not as much on a daily basis, but still listen to a lot, is personal development stuff like Tony Robbins stuff and Bob Proctor stuff and just things that will just things that will help you expand your vision, expand your goal, right? Audios that will and information that will make you think that, hey, it's possible. You can do it. It's possible. Because if somebody else can do something, my friend, there is absolutely no reason why you can't do that. Okay? And so, if nothing else from this hangout, man, I just want people to realize that, hey, guys, you can achieve anything you want in your life. You can become successful. You can make more money per day than most people make in a year. When I was getting started, I wanted to make $20,000 per month, but you know what? I didn't realize that, a few short years later, I would be earning more in a day than I used to make in a year working in the banking industry. Okay? Now, it's not because I'm somebody special, but it's because I took the time to develop my abilities. I took the time to develop myself, right? So that's important. So your self-talk, as you put good information in, right, your self-talk is going to change. You're going to talk to yourself differently, and you will find yourself, saying to yourself and thinking that, hey, I can do this. This is fun. I get to do. Instead of saying, I have to do this, you'll be like, I can't wait to do this. Whether it's getting on a Google Hangout or doing a video, a lot of people are going to come up with all kinds of excuses and just drag as much time as possible not to come on a video, right? Or not to do some kind of marketing promotion, right? Because to them, it's like they're uncomfortable doing it, right? They're uncomfortable. But if you develop yourself on a daily basis, if you do that kind of stuff, you will have this confidence, and you'll be like, man, I can't wait to do that. I can't wait to get in front of the camera. It's fun. right? It's fun, and you actually like to do that. So thing number one, guys, is work on yourself harder than you work on your business. Okay. Thing number two in our business is there is three responsibilities really when it comes to actually marketing stuff and actually running this internet marketing business. There is three things, very, very simple, and I'm just gonna distill this down to, like, just tell it to you in the simplest terms possible. Thing number one is this: you gotta focus on attracting qualified leads. Okay, just focus on attracting qualified leads. Okay, thing number one. Thing number two is, what do you do with those leads? You focus on turning them into customers, right? You talk to them. Right? And thing number three is you turn those customers into loyal friends and followers. Okay? So it sounds very simple, but how do you do that? Yeah? So how do you attract qualified leads into your business? Well, it all builds on you. Okay? So you have this, if I can kind of paint this picture, this is your foundation, right? You will never make more money than what you think subconsciously that you deserve. Okay? So that's why, guys, I am so big and so adamant about this self-development and personal growth, because you will never out-earn your self-image. Okay, if you see yourself as a $20,000 a year person, you will never, I don't care how hard you try, I don't care if you work 40 hours a day, you will never out-earn your self-image. Okay, so expand your self-image. You got to do it constantly on a daily basis, and there is no stopping. Okay, but on top of that, you build your business, yeah? So you focus on attracting leads. And the funny thing is, the harder you work on yourself, the easier it's going to be for you to build your business. The easier for you it's going to be to attract leads, attract qualified leads. Now, attracting qualified leads, basically what I'm talking about is marketing, okay? And there is different medias. There is different media through which we can attract qualified leads. There is the internet, right? There is offline, online. There is radio. We can run ads on radios. We can do mobile marketing. There's all kinds of different stuff. And so actually, Steven, I just got done recording today, as a matter of fact, just before this hangout, a module for Big Idea Mastermind, to where I'm teaching different modalities and different things of how to attract qualified leads right into your business. And you can apply this stuff to anything. Plus, if those of you guys who are with Big Idea Mastermind or Empower Network, there is 15K formula, right, with Empower Network product that's talking about different ways you can attract leads, right? You can do it through blogging, you can do it through free marketing. There's different. I mean, we're not going to take too much time on that, but attracting qualified leads into your business is important. You gotta know what's working. Okay, so when you guys are running your advertisement, what I see, Steven, is a lot of people are just gonna buy junk traffic, right? They're not gonna take the time to really research, but they'll spend $5 to get whatever 100,000 visitors or 50,000 visitors, but those visitors are just junk, right? They're not gonna convert, and so what they're doing is they think, well, just because I got a bunch of these visitors to my site, I should be getting sales. But they don't take the time to literally, to just dissect what they're doing in their marketing and how, where are those visitors coming from? Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a couple things, a couple tips about getting your visitors and driving traffic. Okay, so not all traffic is the same. Okay, not all traffic sources are equal in quality. There are traffic sources that are good quality, right? And there are traffic sources that are bad quality. So if you're getting visitors and you're not converting your visitors to your opt-ins, right? So there is no low conversions. Chances are you probably are targeting visitors that are not, they're not qualified. Okay. So what I like to do is I'll give you guys a tip. I'll give you guys a tip, and this is like more advanced stuff, but I'll give you guys a tip for driving traffic. Okay, don't focus on the quantity. Focus on the quality. Okay, you don't need a lot, but you need the quality. Okay, so what you guys can do is when you do your marketing, okay, whether it's solo ads, whether it's whether you do safe swaps, whether you do banner advertisement, whether you do pay-per-click, pay-per-view marketing, whether you do media media buying, whether you do mobile marketing, whatever. Anytime when you send a visitor to your landing page, right, to your landing page, follow those visitors with what I call, well, I don't call that. I mean, that's what it's called, is retargeting campaign. Okay. So there is a way you can go to retargeter.com. You can create yourself an account, and you can put a little piece of code on your landing page. Okay, that's gonna fire up. It's gonna fire off every time somebody visits your landing page. So when you guys are promoting, okay, doesn't matter through which media, as long as somebody got on your landing page. Okay, heck, it might even be people that you promote to through offline media, right? Maybe you put a flyer in at a truck stop or something, with your website on it. Anytime when somebody gets on your website, if you're promoting a company, if you guys are members of Big Idea Mastermind, again, I'm gonna teach you this in more detail. I'm teaching you this in Big Idea Mastermind, and actually exactly how do you set it up, right? And how do you do it correctly and properly. I'm going to teach you that in Big Idea Mastermind down to the minor detail. But for those of you guys who are not a part of Big Idea Mastermind, go to retargeter.com, get a pixel, create yourself an account, right? And when you send visitors to your landing page, that pixel on your landing page is going to fire off, and you're going to follow those visitors, okay, through a retargeting campaign anywhere they go online. So they can be on weather.com, they can be on drudgereport.com, they can be on New York Times or whatever. It's just websites that otherwise you would have to pay tens of thousands of dollars to place your ad, right? Your banner ad is gonna follow your visitors everywhere they go on the internet, and they're gonna be like, well, how is this happening? And the cool thing is, it's really cheap. You literally pay like half a penny every time your ad shows up. I mean, it's really cheap. But if you that's why I'm not, don't go after quantity, go after quality, right? But because when you go after those quality visitors, it doesn't matter whether they opt in from the first time or not, right? They will see your ad everywhere they go online. You're gonna follow them around, right? And so naturally they will wonder, well, what's going on? I mean, I see this banner everywhere. They'll click on it, they'll come back to your site, right, and they'll opt in. But the thing is when you do it like that, when people come back to your site, you literally paying almost nothing to acquire that visitor back. I mean, it's really cool, cool strategy. So getting qualified and attracting qualified visitors to your site is important. Okay, that's the second thing that you focus on. Remember, first thing is focusing on you. Second thing is focusing on attracting qualified visitors, leads to your site. Thing number 3 is you focus on turning those visitors or those leads into customers. Yeah, so you turn leads into customers. How do you do that? Well, you do that through your messaging, okay, through your communication. So when we and again, Stephen, I have a whole module that I'm recording actually for Big Idea Mastermind, actually going into a lot of depth into this strategy. How do you turn those leads into customers? Yeah, because as marketers, we need to understand there is not. I mean, it's one thing to rely on some system or to rely on something else to somebody to do that stuff for you, right? But as a marketer, if you can learn the mechanics of how to do that properly, right, man, you can write your own paycheck. You literally control your income. You control how much money you make when you want to make it, right? So how do you turn your leads into customers? There is some things that you need to understand. Okay, first of all is you need to master influence. Okay, so as marketers, we need to become a student of influence. Okay, what do I mean by that? Well, first of all, you need to understand how do you influence yourself before we can start influencing others. Yeah, we need to learn how do you influence yourself. Yeah, if you can't influence yourself to do something, how in the world are you going to influence your prospect? It ain't going to happen, right? So mastering the art of influencing yourself and then influencing others. How do you talk to yourself, right? How do you talk to others? And so when you Dan Kennedy teaches this. He's a brilliant marketer, man. I suggest you guys follow his stuff if you're able to. Dan Kennedy. I think he's one of probably the best direct response marketers that's out there right now. But he teaches something that he calls you need to match your message to the market. Okay, so market message to the market match. Okay, it has to. So our market is people who are people who want a certain outcome, right? So you guys are all here. You want a certain outcome. We think we want money. That's what we think we want. But really, what we want is what money can get us. Okay, we think we want $600,000 a month in income, Stephen. Yeah, but deep down, if I start, asking you deeper questions, what we really want is what that $600,000 a month is going to get you, right? It's the house you're going to live in. It's not necessarily not even the house, but it's the feeling, it's the experience, right? It's how you're going to feel. It's what it's going to mean to you. Is what it's going to mean to you when you're able to take your family on a nice, really nice vacation, or maybe just provide, for your family, maybe provide for your loved ones, right? Maybe help your parents, help your children financially, maybe help your, help your parents, and pay off their mortgage or something, or buy a vehicle as a gift for somebody. When I was broke, Stephen, we would. I don't know if you guys had that feeling to yourself, but you go to, you get invited to a birthday party or something, and when you're broke, you're like, you're trying to buy a gift, but you don't want to spend a lot of money because you don't have a lot of money, right? So you're buying to buy something, and you're buying something cheap, and then when you give that gift, and it's like, well, it's not, you give it just because you have to give it, right? But deep down, that it's not, you can do better than that, right? But see, when you don't have to worry about money, you can actually, the cool thing about having, abundance in your life is that you can actually buy cool gifts, right? Next time you get invited to a birthday or something, you actually get to buy cool stuff, and you don't have to worry about, the price tag, right? But it's that feeling, right, that you do something for somebody, and you don't have to, you don't expect anything back. It's being able to help somebody who is, who needs help, but you do that because you can, and you don't expect anything back from that person. It's that feeling that, you can't put a price tag on that. It's something you have to experience. So that's what we're after. We're after that internal stuff. So your market, we're talking about this hangout. Obviously we're here because, people are looking for, how do I make money on this, in this game, right, online. So we want freedom. We want lifestyle. If you guys can communicate to your market and communicate to their inner desire, not their outer desire, but their inner desire, okay? We all have our dream. We all have a vision for our life, for what we want our life to look like, yeah? Whether it's clear or not clear, whether it's clear or foggy, everybody has a dream. If you can uncover that dream in your market, okay, what's your market's dream? And you can talk to them based on that that internal desire. Okay, guys, you communicate directly to their subconscious. You communicate directly to what they want. Okay, and you got to learn how to do that. Okay, so it's all in your messaging. It's all in your messaging, right? And thing number 3, or thing number 4, actually, the last one, is. Man, did you hear that? We're getting a thunderstorm here, man. That's wow. Okay.
What is that?
Sounds like it's coming down pretty hard there.
Yeah. So so we focus on, like I said, as far as the marketing stuff goes, getting qualified leads, turning those leads into customers. This is not a training for that, but that's something we teach in Big Idea Mastermind in great detail. And then lastly is you focus on turning those customers into raving fans. Okay, Stephen, what you're doing, I love about what you're doing is that you're building yourself up, and you're building your you're going to be a $600,000 a month guy in very, very shortly, man. It's going to happen just because of what I see what you're doing in this marketplace. And this is a perfect example, guys. Take a look at what Stephen is doing, right? So he started out, Stephen, you were not necessarily successful, right? I mean, $1,400 a month is what you said you were earning. That's that's an okay kind of money. But right now you're up to $14,000. But what's gonna take you to $60,000 and then eventually over $100,000 per month is continue doing what you're doing, right? And see, this is how you turn customers into loyal and raving fans. And why do you need to do that? Because one day, okay, one day there's going to come a day to where you will decide to step out and become a leader and just do things on a bigger scale. Because once you get to a point to where you're comfortable financially, okay, then money becomes a secondary thing. You don't focus on the money anymore. Okay, then you focus on a bigger thing. You focus on a bigger vision. And for you to go from, and that's how you go from making, 10, 20, 30,000 per month to making 300,000 per month. Well, virtually, like, you can do that in a matter of 60 days, right? If you set everything up correctly, okay? Is all this time as you're marketing, right? You're getting people to sign, you're getting sign-ups. You focus on turning your customers into raving fans, because later on, when you decide to create your own system, to create something of your own, right? And you decide to expand your vision, you cannot do it by yourself. Okay, you have to do it with other people. Okay, like my vision, Stephen, is we want to, through Big Idea Mastermind. I mean, I want to directly impact at least 100,000 people's lives in the next 12 months. Okay. Now, there is no way that I can do it by myself. I probably could, but it's going to be difficult. Okay. I mean, realistically, it's going to be difficult. But you know what? If I can help you, Stephen, get to 100,000 a month, right? If I can get Paul get to 100,000 a month, if I can get Paulo and Agnes and other people, and just if I can get, other members, my customers, my team members get to just massive levels of success, and then they can go out there and they can replicate themselves. Do you see how the ripple kind of goes out, right? And so that's why you need to have your customers be your loyal friends and followers. Okay, and how do you do that? Well, you provide value. I mean, you take care of people, and you generally care. Okay, don't focus on the money. Focus on a bigger vision. Talk about vision. Talk about the future. Talk about what's going to happen. Talk about what you want to accomplish. Very, very important, guys. Most people talk about the features and benefits, but people don't buy features and benefits. Stephen, what I was fascinated by is that when I was, even with Big Idea Mastermind, we were explaining people, and this is just, it goes on to prove that, what I was thinking is actually true. People don't necessarily care about the details of the compensation plan, right? For your deal. People don't necessarily care about, how is that how is this that this microphone works, right? I mean, I don't care what goes on, inside of that microphone to make it work. What I want is I want this microphone to work. Yeah? I don't care what goes on, when I flip the switch. I don't care how the electricity works, how that electricity goes through wires and everything to turn on the lights. I just want the light to be on, right? So same thing with people, guys. People don't need to know and be bombarded with facts and figures. Okay, talk to them based on what their outcome, what they want for their outcome, which is lifestyle, which is freedom. Yeah, and if you can focus on crafting your message based on that, right? Leverage other people's success stories. Okay, so if you know somebody on your team who is successful, if you're promoting something and you know other people who are successful doing what you're doing, talk about that. If you're not successful yet, don't talk about your struggles. Okay, don't talk about your struggles until you overcome them. Okay, so but what some people are doing. And I find it, I mean, it just blows my mind. I'm like, man, why do you do that? I mean, you're just sabotaging your success. Some people they're tried something, they're gonna run an ad or they're gonna do something, and they didn't get the result that they expected. Maybe they lost some money, and they go out there and they're gonna Facebook, they're gonna write posts, they're gonna talk about, hey, you hear that again? Hopefully my lights are not gonna turn off. Some people are talking about their struggles. How do you expect to get people to sign up with you and to join your deal or buy your product if you're talking about that what you're doing doesn't work? Yeah. I mean, it just blows my mind. If you're struggling, just be quiet. Zip your mouth and be quiet if you want to be successful. Talk about other people's success stories. There's plenty, but it's what you focus your attention on is what you get. Okay. what you focus your attention on is exactly what you get in your business. What you expect, what you believe is exactly what you're going to get. And in your business, as you're building your business, see, if you're going to focus on lack and not enough, and if you're going to focus on struggles and this thing doesn't work, and maybe, maybe I should jump onto this other thing, if you're scattered, if you're not focused, if you're just kind of all over the place, right? And if you don't have your act together, between your two ears right here, right? Guys, it's going to be difficult for you to sponsor people. It's going to be difficult for you to succeed in this industry, okay? So, just focus on, set your. I mean, I spoke with Frank Kern the other day, and he's like, man, he likes to surf, and he was interviewed by Darren Hardy, not that long ago, and so one of the things that I actually when I went to meet him in La Jolla. He was, they were giving me these lessons on surfing. I'm not a big surfer. I mean, Steven, I don't know if you surf, man. You're in Hawaii, man, so you must be a good surfer. I'm not. I'm from South Dakota. We don't have ocean in here, right? But I guess one of the biggest things in surfing is that you want to keep your eyes on where you want your board to go, right? You want to point your board in the direction or your eyes in the direction you want your board to go. So if you focus on on the waves that's right in front of you, you're not gonna go far. You're gonna go exactly where you look right? So you want to focus your eyes on where you want your board to go. Same thing in business, folks. If you want to succeed, you want to focus your eyes, you want to focus your attention on where you want to go, regardless if you're going through struggles, regardless if you're struggling, if you're grinding, regardless if you just lost some money on advertisement, right? Don't focus on those bumps, because if you focus on those bumps, is exactly what you're gonna get more of. Okay, focus on the future, focus on where you're going, and then those bumps are not gonna feel as significant. So, man, long answer to your one question, Steven. I don't know how many more.
You're on fire, brother. Like I was telling Paul before we started, I could listen to Vick all day. Someone actually told me to stop talking during this because they were like, "Hey, Steven, stop talking. We want to hear Vick." So I know that everyone is just grateful for your time, that you're here and spend with us, because we know that you're busy running around like doing things for us anyhow. That when you to have 1,000 people here to check you out and just be part of anything you're doing, I know they're amped on it. And
I appreciate that, man. And it's just, we can talk about stuff all night long, man. I mean, it's like there's a lot of small things that we can focus on as marketers, but those small things are not really that important. You know what I mean? I mean, it's like you learning the new traffic getting strategy is not as important as you just focus on mastering your mind. I mean, I'm just I got this book right here that I started to read, how to get super rich in the opportunity market. I mean, great book, right? Somebody recommended it and I just got it, right? And I'm reading it. I mean, I'm constantly reading stuff. I'm constantly putting new information into my noggin here, because I know that the minute you stop learning, the minute you stop developing yourself, is the minute you're gonna start to die. Not physically, obviously, but in your abilities, right? And so I want to be, I want to be sharp. I want to be sharp in my right here in my mindset. I want to make sure that that nothing is conflicting on the inside. Because if you have conflicting thoughts going on, it's gonna show in your results. It's gonna show in your life. It's gonna show in your business. It's gonna show in your interaction with others. And people are gonna sense that there's gonna be some kind of, sometimes you talk to people and you're like, well, some people you just connect with, like there's, it just clicks, yeah. Some people you talk to, you just click. Right. You feel that connection going. And some people you talk to, you're like, well, yeah, you have that conversation going, but there's no connection. It's not clicking. Okay, so there is a disconnect. So how can you develop yourself to the point to where you become like that magnet? You become that magnet in your marketplace, to where people want to listen to you, to where people want to be around you, to where people want to be a part of what you're doing. Okay, and guys, it doesn't matter if you're struggling right now, Steven. I used to be like, it was my biggest nightmare to be in front of the camera or to talk to people, or heck, you talk about public speaking, forget it, man. I'm not a public speaker, yeah. But once you realize that, hey, you just first of all, you improve yourself, and then as you improve yourself, you're gonna realize some things, and you're gonna have you're gonna have a breakthrough after breakthrough after breakthrough, and you will realize that, hey, you can do anything you want if you just being yourself and you do it for the right reasons, and there is nobody in the world who's gonna do something to stop you or to influence you in a negative way. You know what I mean? You have that shield that, imagine like a glass, ball, that kind of like around you, and any negativity that's gonna try to derail you or come in your way, is just gonna bounce off that glass ball that's around you. If you can imagine that, and it's nobody can get through and kind of mess you up, emotionally. I mean, right now it doesn't matter what people are saying, about about what I'm doing or what's going on. I mean, there's always going to be people who are going to try to bash you, whatever, regardless of what you're doing out there, right? But that stuff doesn't affect me. It used to affect me, but it doesn't. I don't care what people think about me, honestly. I don't. I just know what I want, right? And I know that what I'm doing is for the to make a better, to make a difference for people in a positive way, right? And the critics and the negativity that people are trying to sometimes, I mean, it's funny. When I was, and I did a Facebook post the other day about this. When I was broke, I had a bunch of friends, people who were, I mean, all people, I used to hang out with, and from the same city, from the same church and stuff like that. When I was broke, I mean, it was like people are friendly with you and everything, but when I started to make more money in a day than those people are making in a year working at a job, all of a sudden those so-called friends became your enemies. It's like, man, what the heck did I do to you, right? I mean, I'm just doing my thing, and I'm just, I mean, you got your own world, I got my own world, but all of a sudden, people try to come up with all kinds of stuff to knock you off course because of jealousy, because of whatever. I don't even know. I don't understand what this feeling jealousy is. I don't. I mean, my thing is, hey, if you want to have what the other guy has, go out there and create it. Okay, just create it. You don't have to be jealous, right? So when you understand that, I don't care about what people think, about me. I just do what I do, and I focus on my vision. I focus on my goal, and nothing else matters. Okay, so
be immune to negativity. That's something I try to live on, to be immune to negativity. Just and that Brig Hart told me that, and honestly, the first time when I saw the there's a thing, you're ranked, let's say, top 20 in the world for making money from home. You're ranked right there. The first time I saw that, Brig's on there, and I've always known Brig as to be a topper. I mean, I looked up to him, respected him. I still do with everything, because he was always a top earner. And I saw this, and I saw that you were above him, and I'm like, wow, this is the guy I'm going to meet. And it was almost surreal to me, but to really support anyone's success, because I think when you support other people's success too, even if they're not with you or they're not on the same team, you actually attract that to yourself. And so I've tried to work real hard to do that, to be immune to negativity, and I know Paul has as well.
Yeah, being immune to negativity, man, it's so important, brother. It's just, you got, if you're gonna let any somebody or some little thing or somebody's opinion to affect you, you're gonna have a miserable life, because you're gonna have to worry about, well, what other people think about what I'm doing, and do I, and you'll try to conform to try to please everybody, right? And in this business, you don't have to please anybody. I mean, if what you want to do, right, is going to make a positive impact on the industry, it's going to make a positive impact on yourself and your family and others around you, that's it. Go for it, man. Go for your dream, and never quit on your dream. Okay, never quit on your dream, guys. I'm here to tell you, listen, if a guy like myself, I mean, if I could go from being, just having miserable lifestyle. I mean, I remember I used to work for a banking industry, man, and I was bringing in like $300 a week in paycheck, and all of that money went to pay for rent and bills. We had zero money left over. We did not have I wish we could go on vacation. We couldn't, you know. I mean, I got to the point in my life. I got to the point to where I did not have, you know, that's when I quit my job and was trying to make this internet marketing thing work. We got to the point to where we literally did not have $1.19 to my name to go to Walmart and buy a loaf of bread to feed my family. I mean, I was in that position. I know what it's like to be there. Yeah. So, and what, you know, I remember my mom came to visit us, and it was my son's birthday. And she didn't know what to get him for his birthday, and she did not know we were struggling. You know, I'm not the kind of guy who's gonna go out there and you know and ask for help. You know, I'm just gonna figure something out for myself. Yeah. So she came, and she did not know what kind of gift to give to our son. So she brought like $50 cash. She's like, well, you guys just get whatever you think is gonna, you know, whatever he needs. And so that was like a godsend to us. You know, $50. We could fill up. You know, we could get some gas, you know, to our car. We could actually go out to Walmart and buy some food to put on our table. I mean, I was in that position, guys. Okay, so, you know, nobody can come to me right now and can say, Vic, you know, you don't know my situation, man. I mean, I'm struggling because the place where I'm coming from, you know, and being able to come from that place and just turning everything around, guys, anybody can do this. Okay, anybody can do this. But the question is, you know, are you going to take the time? Are you going to do the things that's necessary, right, to transform your life? Because anything you can envision, you can actually have. Okay, so the exercise I encourage you guys to do, and kind of suggest that you guys do in the beginning, take the sheet of paper, write out exactly how you want your life to be like, down to the very little detail. You know, where do you live? You know, what kind of cars you drive? What kind of clothes you wear? Where do you shop? You know, where do you go out to eat? How many times a day do you go out to eat? You know, all that stuff. I mean, just if you could just create your life, your perfect life, okay, what would that look like? Write it out. Write it out, okay? And then take action. Take action in your business. Do the stuff we've been, you know, talking about for the last hour and a half here on this Hangout. And guys, just work hard on yourself, and you'll see miracles are going to happen. I mean, it's been proven over and over and over again. But the problem is most people are not willing to do that. Most people are just, you know, they just want the final result, okay? But Stephen, I mean, that's what you're doing right now, brother. It's, you know, it's what's going to get you to $600,000 a month in income, and I believe you'll be there.
Yeah, thank you.
For sure. Vic, I wanted to touch on one thing. I know we have a lot of people on here, you know, they're not in the BIM or EN, and they're just looking to make money online. What would you say to them, or, you know, what's a good reason that they should, you know, join our team in this movement?
Yeah, well, with Big Idea, if you guys are here and you kind of, you know, you're here somehow, you got invited here, somebody invited you here. First of all, I think, man, you're lucky to be here. I mean, you are lucky. You really, I'm not just saying this, but I mean it. Okay, you are very, very fortunate that you found this page and that you're here. If you're looking for a way to earn money online, what you need is you need to have the right vehicle, first of all. Okay, so you need to. There is a bunch of things that you can do online to earn money online, right? I mean, if you want to earn, you know, $20 or $100 or $1,000, there is different things that you can do. What I have discovered is that you know, I used to promote other people's stuff. Okay, I used to promote a lot of stuff on ClickBank, and I was successful. I used to promote, you know, I mean, I still have my own products out there, and that's cool, you know. But it got to the point to where I wanted to. I had a bigger vision, and my vision was, how can we make an impact in this industry? Because this industry, in my opinion, is the best, most powerful industry in the universe. I mean, guys, in the last 4.5 months of starting Big Idea Mastermind and joining Empower Network, and by the way, we use Empower Network as our vehicle. I'm going to tell you why in just a moment here. But here's the thing, okay? I want to put this in perspective for you. The power of the system that we have created here with Big Idea Mastermind. 4.5 months ago, actually almost 5 months ago now, I have started out with Empower Network and started, you know, rolled out Big Idea Mastermind. testing this idea and testing this system, folks, I have earned over 1.7, almost 1.8 million dollars. Okay, almost 1.8 million dollars in about 5 months. So what is that per month? I don't know, $350,000, $360,000 per month. That has been consistent income for the last about 5 months. Okay, so what's going on here is what we're doing is with Big Idea Mastermind is we're using this as a marketing system, and we have additional trainings when it comes to the marketing stuff, how to do the nitty-gritty, right? How do you do it? But what we did is, I started to look around for this was before I came up with Big Idea Mastermind concept. I was looking for a way to how can we help people, just average, ordinary people, become successful online, okay? And it came down to a vehicle, okay? You need to have a powerful vehicle that's going to get you from point A to point B fast. And point A meaning, not making money. Point B meaning making good money, a lot of money, okay? $15,000, $20,000, $50,000, $100,000 a month. And Paul, we talk about like, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 a month like it's nothing. And what sometimes we need to stop and kind of think about this, because most people have to work a whole year, right, at a job to make $30,000 a year, yeah. Right? And then here we are talking about making $30,000 a month like it's like it's nothing, because it's really it's like if you're not earning $20,000 a month here, there is some things going on, right, that you need to fix. I believe everybody should be earning minimum 5-figure a month income in this game here, and especially with Big Idea Mastermind. So our vehicle was we chose to go with Empower Network as a vehicle. Now Empower Network, we could have built this system around any other vehicle out there. We could have used pretty much anything out there. But what I'm looking for, and this is like, if you're looking at anything on the internet, guys, don't just look at how much money you can make, how quickly, yeah. And just a compensation plan. Look for things that's deeper than just money, because you can make money selling whatever. You can make money selling stuff from your garage on eBay. You can make money doing that. And what's going on in this industry is there is so much garbage in this industry that is just ridiculous. People are launching products after products. ClickBank stuff. It used to be that ClickBank, they had good stuff to promote. There used to be, good products to promote on ClickBank. Right now, it got to the point to where, vendors or marketers, gurus are hiring actors, okay, to promote their stuff, because their stuff is just garbage. It's just pure garbage, okay. And so my thing was, hey, what can we do? What vehicle can we use and build a system around that vehicle? And so we decided to go with Empower, and here's why: because of their vision, because of where the company is going. And so right now, this is it's a wave that's coming up. Empower Network is a company that's they have the best compensation plan in the industry, which is 100% commission. Okay, 100% commission. But more importantly than that is their vision, is the leadership. If the company has if the head of the company, if the company's leadership, right, if there is a vision, if the leadership is screwed up, man, the whole company is going to be screwed up. Okay, because compensation plans can be tweaked, adjusted, products can be tweaked. What I love about Empower is their vision. What I love about Empower, in addition to their vision, is their products and their compensation plan, right? So if you take everything into consideration, man, it was a no-brainer. Okay, so we built a system around Empower Network. You actually get to keep 100% commissions on all the product sales. And then what we did is we built Big Idea Mastermind as a marketing system around that vehicle, which is Empower Network. And we did that to separate ourselves from the rest of the crowd, to kind of elevate yourself as a marketer, right? And in addition to that is, we have our own trainings going on, and to where, you get to learn, how to do this marketing stuff. How to do this stuff. If you're, there's different levels with Big Idea Mastermind, and I'm sure you will. Steven, I don't know, where do they go to get more information about that? Is there a link or something?
To get more information to get started, it's just right below the video. You can click right below the actual video.
Yeah. Okay. So is that gonna take him to like more to where it's gonna give him more information? I just don't know.
It's gonna give them. It's gonna basically. There's gonna be a little list of the additional things. You're gonna get complete access to the Big Idea Mastermind system. And so, you know, a lot of people in Empower Network would love to become able just to buy into the system. And, you know, at one point, I know Vic was considering it, and he wanted to make this exclusive for our team. So everyone who was on the team, and you can see I'm wearing the shirt here, and, you know, so it was like we were all able to get access to this for free. And so if you clicked on the button below the video, and you could do it just to look at it, I mean, you click on the button below it, you can see how you're going to get this system for free. You know, we're going to plug you into the Facebook room, which there's thousands of people in there, so you can interact with those other people. And the big, huge thing I can tell you right now, the number one thing about this for anybody, because I work with people all the time who are brand new, and the number one thing is you get to get connected with people that are more successful than you and less successful than you and left and right and doing different things, so you can just kind of, what you do is you figure out what actually makes you happy, like what you enjoy doing when it comes to marketing, and you focus on that, because there's so many different ways that you can do this. So, you know, I will show you a screenshot. I sent a question out earlier, and I asked just my group of people, have you made money with Vic Big Idea Mastermind? I'm like kind of blown away, because I didn't even know people had responded, and I just went back, and over 50 people had responded, said, yes, I made this much money. You're going to start connecting right now today with those people. So you get, you know, I learned this is a big thing. You got to leverage somebody else's success. And so, you know, we have all, look at the success Vic's done. At 5 months, he's the #1 earner in the company, wins the contest, the competition 2 times, earns $1.7 million, ranked high in the entire world for people making money online. If anything, you would just want to be part of what he's doing. Well, then he started replicating that, because then he's got people like Paulo and Miles and Paul who went out, earned $100,000, $30,000, $50,000 above that. And then people who are at my level earning $10,000, $20,000, $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. And then the people that are brand new. So you get to connect with all of them. And I know I kind of dove into that a little bit further, but when you click on the button below the screen, you see how you get these things that are more than just being part of Empower Network, which is kick ass. I mean, Dave, what they do, how they've empowered people to, when anybody ever asks me, what do you do? I go, I'm finally part of a business that's online, that anyone can do anything that they really love, and they can make money off of it. If you want to take photos, you can take photos and be a photographer and monetize that. If you want to own a yoga studio, you can monetize that, and you can do that through learning with what we have here to offer. So the link's below the video. It's just really simple as far as, you know, who we are as a team, and you can go to the Facebook room, and there's 3,000 or 4,000 people there from all over the world. And man, Vic, the people that I met in Miami, 80 people. When I was the other day walking around, like, man, just to be able to hang out with that caliber of people at any time in my life would be a blessing. To know that everyone's coming here to Hawaii, 300, 400 people, or however many come, that is just going to be a blessing. So sorry to run on a tangent, but it's, you know, I'm fired up about it. I've never been so fired up about anything in my life, because I've been successful over and over. I've had my successes, but I never felt like I was part of something that I knew that the leader, 100%, this was always an issue. Were they in it for themselves type of deal? Were we building that person? Vic was already a legend before this. When I found him, I was attracted to him magnetically on the internet. He was already known. He did this because he knew, as he just said, he wants to help 100,000 people. He wanted to lock arms. And, you know, we're here to lock arms, and whoever else gets started with us, this is going to be a life-changing experience for you.
Yeah, guys. So I mean, if you're looking into this, you know, if you were invited here and you're not a part of Big Idea Mastermind, man, I just get in. I mean, here's the deal. It's gonna take. You can get in for it as low as $25. I mean, that's with Empower Network. There's 5 different products, you know, and you get to, you know, it goes anywhere from $25 up to, you know, we have the diamond level, which, you know, you get to diamond by purchasing all products with Empower Network. But you can get started for as low as $25. Now, you know, $25. I think that even a homeless person can do it, because people. I mean, it's $25. You know, my question is, hey, is $25 worth? You know, is it worth it for you, right? How bad do you want? How bad do you want to be successful? I mean, how if you want to be successful, you got to surround yourself with people who are successful. You know? So at the end of the day, is the question is not whether it's you can afford it or not. The question is, do you want to be a part of a winning team or not? Because here's what I can tell you guys. Whatever your decision is tonight, first of all, hopefully you got some value out of this hangout. Because I wanted to share some ideas and some things that helped me personally in the business. And I know that if you apply this stuff, if you actually take this stuff, and actually run with it, I know it will help you in your business, okay? But if you're looking at this and you're not a member of Big Idea Mastermind, just get in. Get in, because you will surround yourself with people who are bigger and who have bigger visions, people who are doing things that you want to do, people who have the lifestyles that you want to have, and you want to be around those people as much as possible, okay? Because you will become like the people you hang out with. Okay, that's just that's just how it is. Okay, so there is going to be I'm not a guy who's gonna try to convince you into getting in or doing anything. It has to be your decision. Okay, but if your decision is to create a better lifestyle, if your decision is you want to make more money in your life, if your decision is to be a part of a movement, a part of something big, and let me tell you something, guys. What you have seen with Empower Network, if you're familiar with them at all, right? Or if you're not familiar with them, or if you're familiar with Big Idea Mastermind or not, here's the thing. This thing is just getting started, my friend. If you are smart enough to position yourself right before this wave, I mean, this thing is not even, it hasn't even started yet. This is just, it's been just a warm-up process. I mean, we have just been warming up until this point. It's about to start, my friends. Empower Network, I can tell you, because I'm in their leadership circle, and so I know some things behind the curtains that's going on, that's about to be released with Empower, and it's just mind blowing, folks. You can't even imagine how big this thing is going to be. Okay, so there's going to be two groups of people. There's going to be a group of people who are going to think, well, I'll just kind of sit around and look what's going to happen, right? And there's going to be a group of people who will realize the opportunity, and you guys are going to jump on it, and you will become a member of Big Idea Mastermind, and therefore you become a member of Big Idea Mastermind by joining Empower Network through the link right or the button that's below this video or somewhere on this page. And you guys will realize the opportunity. You guys will take this and you will run with it. Now let me tell you something. You guys take this stuff seriously, right, and you apply what we teach you, you will never be the same again. Your business will never be the same. You will be a different person. Your business is going to be different, and you will be able to literally decide how much money you want to earn, right, and just go out there and do it. But can I guarantee that? No. Okay. But here's what I will guarantee. I will guarantee you that I will teach you how to build your business the right way. I will guarantee you that I will teach you how I was able to build my business to where it's at right now. Okay, because my goal is to replace myself. I want you guys to be, in my position, if that's what you want, right? The thing is, with Big Idea Mastermind, guys, it's not about just Vick's show, or it's not about Steven or Paul. It's about us. Okay, we wanted to create something that has never been done before. We wanted to make a positive impact in this industry, and in a process, right? Of course, you run with us. In a process, you're gonna be financially free, right? And you get to make a difference in the world, which is more exciting than just the money, because money is gonna come, folks. If you lock arms with us and if you share our vision, and our vision is simple, we want to help people become successful. We want to directly impact 100,000 people's lives in the next 12 months. Okay, I want to have members of Big Idea Mastermind. My goal is to help you guys get to $100,000 per month income. Okay, why do I say that? Is because with what Empower Network has coming up, okay, with some of the recognitions and some of the things that they have coming up with, additional products and just the entire, this thing is going to be so big, folks, it's unbelievable. You cannot even imagine. It's going to be bigger than you can ever imagine, okay? And if you position yourself right now, right, you're gonna be in front of this wave it's about to hit, folks. Denver is coming up. The event in Denver with Empower, they are rolling out some serious stuff, and you want to be positioned before Denver. Okay. Second thing is with Big Idea Mastermind, if you want to, you can get in at the diamond level, and when you get in at the diamond level, you'll be invited to go with us and hang out with us in Hawaii coming up in about 2 weeks or 2.5 weeks. It's May 30th through June 2nd, and we're going to have our second millionaire mastermind. Okay, it's exclusive to Big Idea Mastermind Diamond members, and so what's going to happen is we'll all go to Hawaii, to Oahu. And we're going to be hanging out for 4 days. We're going to be talking about, how do you position yourself, and how do you position yourself as how do you become a magnetic marketer, really? How do you position yourself in a way to where people literally chase you down, to where you don't have to chase people, but when people are chasing you down to join you, people chasing you down to give you money, right? We're going to teach you some advanced material. Steven, I didn't even tell you this, but man, I'm going to be revealing some traffic getting strategies in Hawaii that I kept only for people who pay me $20,000 on my private clients. We're going to be talking specifically this time. We're going to be talking about strategies, and actually, it's going to be a workshop. On Friday, we're going to have an actual workshop to where you guys will leave from that workshop, and you will have specific sources, specific avenues, specific things that you can implement right away in your business. That less than, I would say, if I had to guess, it's probably less than 1% of online marketers actually has access to. Really exciting stuff. I'm fired up about that. Saturday, we're going to be hanging out. Some secret stuff. I cannot reveal too much details, but it's going to be an event of your lifetime. I mean, we had a blast. Steven, you were in Miami, right? That was awesome, wasn't it?
Oh man, it was definitely, I couldn't even believe it, to have that stuff going on, and I know everyone was blown away, and just, we were so thank you, Vic, for real. It was so much more than we put in. Like, you gave us things that no one else really has offered to give people, because Paul has his wallet there. I got my water bottle. I got that towel that's not a cheap towel, Vic. I know that's an expensive towel. I mean, that's a quality towel, and those things like that. Man, thank you so much. It was so fun. I don't even know what to expect, and it's right down the neighborhood.
Yeah, wait till we get to Hawaii. Well, you're already in Hawaii, so you don't need to get to Hawaii. But wait till we get to Hawaii.
Hotel for you guys.
Hawaii is going to be. I mean, it's going to be 10 times better than Miami. And Miami was pretty freaking awesome, Yeah. And man, I wish I could share some things, but I would. We like secrets, and so we like surprises, and so. We'll have some things for you guys. Hey, listen, if you guys are members of Big Idea Mastermind, get to Hawaii. Okay, just my suggestion. You don't have to do anything I tell you. It's up to you, whatever. But I'm telling you, we got some serious surprises for you in Hawaii that you don't want to miss out on. I'm telling you. So I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. And it's just, is that. When you go to places like that, I mean, something happens. You put yourself in the environment of, what is it like to live a millionaire's lifestyle. I mean, it's being around people who are like-minded. It's being around people who have the same visions and the same dreams, and being in an atmosphere, right? And just an environment that's just high-level environment. It's good. I mean, the Hawaii event, Steven, I'm telling you guys, the people that show up to Hawaii, they will remember this event for the rest of their lives. That's all I'm going to say.
I have a little bit of I've always had this dream, not like a lifetime dream, but lately when I've been thinking about it, to get, 30, 50, 100, 200 people in the sand, like standing in the sand, like with their laptops in their hands. Because the vision to me is you can really make money anywhere in the world, and I live here because of this. And I sit there and think if I could go back, how hard it was hard to come to Miami. I mean, it was the first time I had left Hawaii since I moved here. When I moved here, I couldn't even afford to stay anywhere. When I got here, I made money by, I started over and like sweeping the floors and sticking solid like on internet marketing. I didn't let anybody or any person or any challenge or the fact that I wasn't succeeding at that moment stop me. And then, you know, my income 10 times of what I was consistently making. And so 10 times in one weekend, you know, and all I did was show up. The lobster or whatever we were eating was free. The food was all taken care of. Like, we just showed up and were treated like royalty. We were treated like top earners of Vick's company. You know, and with the real truth of the matter was we were all just there looking to grow, and we all connected there. And let me just show you guys this real quick, because I asked like a group of people, not even that group, a smaller group today, and you know, this was real time. I just asked them, hey, just respond to this email, you know, if you had made any money. So I did this today. Can you guys see this? At 3:30, and look at this. Felix, Mark, 18 grand. Yes, I've made money. Yes, I've made money with Vick. These are all people that in the short, and this is people that responded to an email. I made 1,600 my first week, and a lot of these names I recognize because I met them there. And you know, this isn't like the whole big idea mastermind team. This is the team of people that I work with right now. You know, we're all locking arms together. All these people have made money, and I sat there and thought about, like, man, this is what you do to change the world, because you can change the world by helping people do what they love and then freeing up their time. And like, that's how you know, when you learn to make money online, anything is possible. And so like, I'm a surfer. That's like one of the best waves, you know, in the world is Hawaii. I can walk outside, go out there and start surfing, and you know, at any time during the day. And honestly, like, I give credit to myself for the hard work, but Vick, people like you who paved the way, who are brave enough to step in front of us, how much time do you put into this team, this system? I mean, I don't even understand. Just the customer service alone is like a job for probably 10 people. That alone, we all appreciate it. I know you don't get the thanks from everyone individually, but all of us, of the 900 to 1,000 people that are here, some that just met you, thank you very much for your time, man, and for helping change my life personally, because you really have in a major way.
Welcome, Steven. That's you know, the stuff that you just showed, you know, on the screen there. That's the stuff that fires me up. You know, that's why I do what I do. And speaking of Hawaii, man, we're gonna do, and I kind of mentioned this to our Big Idea Mastermind Diamond members, is that we're gonna be doing a live webcast, literally a live, kind of like a Google Hangout, but it's gonna be super high quality. It's gonna be TV, you know, high definition quality stuff, and we're gonna be streaming right from Hawaii, and we're gonna be you know, getting you guys making money while you're in Hawaii. So we got some stuff planned out, Brand. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, if you guys are going to Hawaii, it's definitely gonna be a trip of your lifetime. I know it, because I know what, you know, what goes on and what's gonna happen there. But as far as Big Idea Mastermind, man, we're just warming up. I mean, there is stuff coming up that you guys will, you know, if you're not a part of Big Idea Mastermind, you will look at it, and you will wish that you started out sooner. Because positioning, guys, if you understand anything about business, one of the things is positioning. And so if you can position yourself, you know, the sooner the better. I mean, that's it's obviously is going to play a huge role in your success.
For sure.
For sure. Yeah, but Steven, man, I appreciate your time and what you're doing here, man. It's you know, to get 1,000 people or 900 or however many people we had here on this Hangout, it's incredible, man. So what you guys are doing, you and Paul, you guys are doing awesome stuff. So continue doing what you're doing. Continue to, you know, give that value to the marketplace. That's cool. That's cool. I continue to do that.
Thanks, Vick. One last little short thing. You know, what's something that, like, what fires you up? You know, what fires you up? What gets you, like, because the wave, you know, like when the waves are good, I just get pumped up, you know, to another level, and that's like why I work hard because I don't even feel like when I'm working's work, but so I can do stuff like that. What's something that just fires you up?
What fires me up right now, man, is to my thing is, how big of an impact can I make in this industry? And it's Paulo Barroso, one of our members, and he sent me a message not that long ago. He's like, man, I've been trying to make money online for 7 years and failed, and came to your stuff and started to make a little bit of money. Now with Big Idea Mastermind, earned, like, at the time when he sent me that text message, it was like 2 months into it, and he earned like over $70,000 and quit his job. That type of stuff is like, man, wow. This is like, you actually get to make a difference in somebody else's life. And so Stephen, like get started, and your goal is to get $600,000 a month. It's like a challenge for you, and it's a challenge for me, and I like challenges, right? So I'm like, hey, what can we do from my side, right, to help you get there? And how many people can we get to $100,000 per month? And it's just thinking about that is like, man, a lot of people in this world are gonna think like, here are talking about like 50,000, 60,000, making 100,000 a month plus, and to a lot of people it's like, man, their mind just shuts down because it's like too much. It's like, man, how in the world can you make 100,000? How in the world can you make 50,000 a month, right? But it's something that to me, it's how many people can I get to that level, right? And that stuff just fires me up, man. It motivates me. It motivates me to see the success stories, and from time to time I pop into the Facebook group just to kind of see what's going on. And when people are having success, it fires me up, man. And it's making a difference. It's making a dent. It's making a mark. It's putting our mark in this industry. And I think because, man, I'm so passionate about this industry. This industry is man, it's incredible. It's the best industry on the planet, in my opinion. Okay, I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to be anybody. I don't want to be. I think I don't think there is a profession in the world, on the planet, that I would rather have. I love what I do, and what I do is I get to make a difference for other people's lives, right? I get to make a difference in this industry, and what my motivation is, I just had a battery. I got about 5% battery life here, brother. My motivation, man, is making an impact in the industry, man. That's what fires me up, brother.
That's cool, and so that inspires me, and for everyone. Like, I know there's a lot of other major leaders of the Big Idea Mastermind who are part of this, and I think that should be an inspiration to you guys, because when somebody does something like this, like, we don't really understand the amount of time that Vick puts into the back end of this. I vaguely do. I had friends who've created systems, they put together teams, and I looked at them, and just putting together a team takes one level of commitment, but putting together a system with training, all this stuff, that's a whole nother level. And then to do like just to do an event like you're doing, that's like a whole nother thing. So he's like capturing all these things that a lot of us could, there's like people that spend their whole entire like careers to learn how to do events. So he's got to go get somebody to put on an event, like somebody, and that's their specialty, and then they got people to put on an event, and then there's like all this coordination and planning, and then the system, it's like every little page, line, there's idea, love, and energy that go behind it. And like, thank you for all that, Vick. I'm inspired. I know Paul is. We work our butts off because we really believe in you, and we believe in ourselves on another level, that we're going to accomplish our goals, and we're going to lock arms with people like you as much as we can. Like, just to get you here and to spend your time is a blessing for us that we're very fortunate of.
Man, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to hanging out with you guys. It's awesome to be around cool people, and it's awesome to be around people who are like-minded, man. It's cool stuff. What I would suggest that you guys anybody who is not a part of Big Idea Mastermind, if you guys are serious about just making a big shift in your business, in your life. If you were looking for something real, something that's just something that you can actually feel good about doing and being a part of, I would like to invite you, because I think, here's my belief, okay? I believe in my heart of hearts, and I can tell, I can look anybody in the eyes, and I can tell you this. Listen, I believe that if you can't make money with Big Idea Mastermind, you will not be able to make money anywhere else. I mean, that's just what I believe. I mean, with this, I mean, the stuff that's coming up here with BIM and just the things that we're going to be rolling out in Hawaii, and then what's coming out even before the Hawaii, with all the trainings, just the training alone, Stephen. I'm not sure if I told you this or not, but just the training part in Big Idea Mastermind alone is going to be worth a lot more than $10,000 workshops that some of the gurus put on there. Just the training alone, not counting the marketing, funnels and everything. Just to give you guys a perspective, I mean, this is not. I mean, we're not playing around with this thing. I mean, I like, I told you in the beginning, I mean, I like luxury stuff, and I like, I'm kind of a perfectionist, So so far we have been, developing Big Idea Mastermind and everything that's been going on behind the scenes, and the additional products that we have coming up that's going to be integrated in the product. See, what we're doing here is we're taking things, and I'm looking at what the most successful companies in the world are doing. Like, for example, Apple, right? So what they're doing is they have their syndicated product suite, right? So they have the iMac, MacBook Pro, they have the iPhone, iPod, and everything kind of complements each other. So what we're doing with BIM is we are taking that model, right? And we're doing that, and we're creating, integrated product suites with Big Idea Mastermind that's going to be available to the members, exclusively to members, as additional income streams, right? So you guys, essentially, what you get is you get a funnel, right? You get a system. All you need to focus on is just focus on getting traffic to your funnel. The funnel takes over from there, right? And then and then it's going to go through, there's going to be different sequences to the funnel, right? Taking your prospects through the Empower Network funnel. Then we have additional products, because not everybody is going to resonate with what we do in the beginning, right? But at the end of the day, we'll have products, right, that people will be naturally, everybody in the industry will want. Because here's the thing, right? Everybody's looking right now. Everybody's looking at Big Idea Mastermind, and they're trying to figure out what the heck are we doing, right? We're Steven. I'm not sure if you looked at Alexa. I think we're like in the top 800 on Alexa for the U.S. traffic, and like top 3,000. We did this in like two and a half months, like 3 months, literally, ever since rolling out and actually opening up Big Idea Mastermind site. It's incredible. So everybody's in the industry is looking, not just with Empower Network, but other industry leaders are looking at Big Idea Mastermind. But our strategy here is we want to, my vision is to have members of Big Idea Mastermind be the richest team in the network marketing industry. Now, how we're going to do that is we're going to do that strategically, yeah? So first of all, we have the Empower Network funnel. Then we have the integrated product suite. So, for example, the Miami event that we did, right, and the topic there was how to go from $0 to $250,000 a year. That was recorded, and we're turning that into a product, which, by the way, Steven, is going to be available before we head down to Hawaii. So that product is coming out in the next week or so. Before we go to Hawaii, that should be ready for us. And so then we have this mastermind in Hawaii. We are turning that into a product, and it's going to be premium price products, right? And then we're creating a funnel, a mini funnel for each of these products, and it's going to be available to Big Idea Mastermind members only, right? So you guys are getting something much, much, much more than just a funnel, than just a training. You guys are getting the entire multi-million-dollar business platform that's custom built to you, right? That's attached to your name, that's attached to your username, and the system does all the work. I mean, for you, there is very little moving parts. Okay, very, very few moving parts. The only thing you have to focus on is how do you get traffic to your system, and we even teach you how to do that. Okay, so that's why I believe if anybody, if somebody can't make money here, I mean, they should probably get a job somewhere, because it's going to be very difficult for them to make money on the internet with anything else. Just because of the system, what's going on behind, what goes on, when the prospect enters the system, and how the system is going to, take them through the different funnels and stuff like that. So I'm fired up, man, Steven. It's going to be, like I said, we're just getting started. Guys, if you are thinking about this, if you have a slightest interest, I suggest you check it out, okay? I can talk to you about this stuff all night, right? But unless you actually get inside, unless you actually get around people, unless you actually jump in the water, right, yourself, it's going to be difficult for you to really just grasp how big this thing is going to be. But here's what I will promise you. People who will seize the opportunity right now, they are going to be rewarded financially big, big, big time.
Yeah, it's going to be, I know, like I just checked my email and a couple people have just signed up like in the last 10 minutes, you know, and I wanted to say this because I know a lot of people, you've been invited by other people and to this page and you're brand new to this, and we didn't invite you here to pitch you or anything, to be honest with you. I wanted to invite Vick here because personally, on a personal level, to go from $1,400 to $14,000 with no end in sight, you know, to make consistently sales daily, income daily, it changes my life. And I want other people to know that and to have that same exact opportunity. And, you know, like all this stuff that you're going to get, in addition to that, like this Hangout, for example, you're going to be able to take this same Hangout. If you just got started today, tell the person you got started, you need this Hangout. We'll help you see this Hangout and your link on it, and you can show other people because it's obviously something that, you know, you connected with, you just got started, or some of you are like, I don't know, I don't want to do another business that doesn't work. I'm so sick of getting pumped up and things don't work. And I was too, over and over. I tried every different company, product. I was with successful companies, successful people, but I wasn't ever successful because I changed my mindset. I changed the way I worked. I changed the way I applied things. I applied little things like this. And instead of having a million ideas running through your brain, you know, get them down, start writing them down there. But where did I get this idea? I watched a video that Vick made, and he was using his big book. He didn't tell me to go get this book. I saw it because I was paying attention. How did I find Vick? I was on the internet looking to make money online. Same exact way that you just met Vick tonight. It's not a coincidental thing. And the fact that hundreds, if not thousands of people are making thousands of dollars consistently. Thank you, Vick, because you changed so many people's lives. And those of you that take the chance today to change your own life, it's that simple. You know, you get started with us. We're going to provide you with the tools, the knowledge, the help, the support. It's like, I look at it like a safe place to make money online because it's consistent and it's as big as you can dream of. I mean, $1.7 million in 5 weeks, or in less than 5 months. I mean, that's just, most of us don't think that that's actually possible, especially doing something of this caliber where you're actually, what did you do? He didn't just sell a product to all of us. He opened up the doors and said, hey, does anyone want to have this opportunity I'm going to take advantage of, and you can make money online wherever you are? And a lot of us said yes, like myself, and then went around and did the same thing. And I've earned more than $14,000 since I met Vick, but that chunk of that type of money, if you're low on money, you don't want to worry about the money. You know, you don't want to focus on the worry anymore. And like Vick said, don't talk about your struggle when you're struggling. When you hear me talk about it, it's because I won that struggle, you know? And you can win the struggle too, and it takes getting aside of your, you know, your customs, maybe your results in the past. It's a lot to get over that. Connect with other people who had passed where they didn't make money, and they're making this type of income. And, you know, that doesn't mean that everyone's going to make money, and it's important we say that. You can't claim this. There's no financial claims. Not everyone's going to earn $1.7 million like Vick. Not everyone's going to earn, Paul, you made $500 yesterday. Not everyone's going to earn $500 just every single day. But, you know, you do have the exact same tools that we have, with the exact same people, the same timing in the marketplace. You got to jump on this. You know, I'm on my balcony. I want to be in a special place, so I'm here in my balcony in Hawaii. The reason I got here is because I took action about 5 months ago, and it changed my life. Thank you, Vick. We're going to let you, you know, I know you spent a little over 2 hours. We said let's try to keep it to an hour, but, you know, thanks for all the value and just the love that you give all of us, the time. And I look forward to jumping on the sailboats or whatever we end up doing. If there's anything we need from this end that you guys need help with, I already got somebody who all they do is a job. They go to get coconuts, and I mean, this is like a gnarly job to get coconut. You don't even realize this when you drink a little coconut water. He goes to a plantation and
fills his van up like 200, 300, 400 coconuts, and he goes almost by that hotel that we're at the Sheraton, and he sells coconuts all day to people because they're really good and people love them. But we're gonna get him to come and just get a bunch of coconuts. So on one of our breaks, we'll have someone just chopping coconuts for us right there, fresh, and we'll get that all handled on this end. But anything we can do,
Nice.
let us know.
Nice.
For sure. Vic, I want to say thank you so much, and to everybody in the BIM, definitely try to get to Hawaii. It's going to be life-changing. I just got back from there. I was supposed to go for a week. I ended up staying over a month. And if you're not in Power Network, this is just the best opportunity you can find online. So definitely just jump on board. You can click the link below and just join this movement with us. It's going to be great. So thank you, Vic.
Awesome. Yeah, no problem. It was actually fun hanging out with you guys. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, man. It's yeah, Munson Brothers. You guys rock.
Thanks a lot, Vic. We appreciate everyone. Aloha from Hawaii. Look at this. I'm so bummed out I don't have one of those shirts. I'm going to tell you guys why I wasn't in Chicago, in Hawaii, for only the people that are there. But, those green shirts, those were so cool. And when we got you on that hangout with Andy, when Andy Berlin, that was awesome. Like, you had like all these people around you. I know everyone's ranting on you with questions and stuff, and to take that 5 minutes to talk to us that day, we appreciate that a lot, man.
For sure.
Yeah, no problem, man. No, it's fun, man. It's fun. It's fun hanging out with cool people. So I'm always for that. So cool. Thank you guys. Thank you for having me on. I had a blast. Hopefully our listeners or our viewers got a few nuggets tonight. Again, guys, I mean, this is I was just sharing the stuff that was that gave me breakthroughs in my business and in my life. So hopefully you run with that and go out there.
Enjoy your time. Appreciate you, and you enjoy your time with your family and everything. Thanks a lot for doing this for us. Everyone who's here, this is Mr. Vick Strizheus. He's I look him as the #1 mentor in the entire world because they're so rare to find a way to make money online. You can pick up books. I do. I study all the time. I pick up books. I listen to things. But you want to know, at the end of the day, Tony Robbins, he didn't teach me. He never taught me how to make money. He taught me how to be a better person, how to feel better. And he teaches you how to make money. And I think it's like $20,000 to get a seat. Well, what we're learning right now, you should be paying $20,000 to get a seat. You can start for $25. We appreciate you. Aloha from Hawaii. I look forward to seeing you guys here in Hawaii. Have a good day.